So first question is, I hope you can see my screen.
Showing CyberArk mock interview session.
Okay. So first question is, let's say your Reconcile account is not working. It could be any account like domain Reconcile account, local Reconcile account. So how we can fix it? What are the ways to fix? One by one you can answer if you know.
Hi everyone. Okay, so if the Reconcile account is not working, then there we have two Reconcile accounts. So if one is not working, then we can connect with the other one, and that one also is not working, then we need to see if its password is expired or not, or if it's working perfectly, or the password is the password is right or not, or the password has been expired, or it is working. These are the things we can see. And if it the password is not is if its password has been expired, then again we have to follow the process, like we have to log in with the, if I'm not sure, but as I can recall, that we have to log in with the account, same ID and password, and then we have to change the reconcile password.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
let's say if Reconcile account password, as you said, is expired, then how it
Yes.
will able to log in?
Mm,
Correct. Let's say that could be yes. The reason which you said, those are absolutely correct. But if your password is already expired of Reconcile, then how you will log in and change the password? How you will fix it?
uh,
There might be possibilities like reconcile account does not have permission, like root permission.
It already have, let's say, already permissions are there.
Okay, then there might be possibilities that account is disabled or uh, like if it is AD, then it is disabled might be.
Yep, those could be reason, but how you will fix it?
We should ask Wintel team to enable it and we should get password reset on it and then it will work.
Okay, and others.
can we ask with the, I think we should ask with the AD team to fix the issue, I mean to fix the password.
If it's a local Reconcile, then
Then we can go to the server team and ask them to reset the password of the Reconcile account and share with us.
yep, correct. So guys, there could be multiple reasons when your Reconcile is itself not working. And as you said, like we can have two Reconcile, that's like standard we follow. But if both are not working, we can reach out to respective team. If it's a domain Reconcile account, we reach out to the domain team. If it's a local Reconcile account, we will reach out to the respective team, and they can reset the password and you can update that password in CyberArk. Cool. But this will happen when your both Reconcile accounts are not working. If one is working, you can utilize the another one. Okay, cool. Moving to next question. Why to install PSM in domain? Can we install PSM out of the domain?
Yes, we can install PSM out of domain. We are installing PSM in domain for, I guess, security purpose. Not the security purpose. It's just that services don't get disrupt, or that's why we are installing it in domain. Otherwise, we can install it
Service don't
out of
get.
domain, interrupt and all.
Okay, but you are saying we can install in out of domain also, though in that case service will be
I think we can install out of domain, but will not able to manage domain accounts if we install out of domain.
okay. But why can't manage the domain account?
Like it if we install in out of domain, then how that account out how we can establish Windows connection? That will not possible.
Why? What? Why? What's the reason it is not possible?
Maybe will not get access.
That account should have the access, the account which you are using to connect to domain. So that account should have the access, not the PSM. Correct? Because if you are using one account, let's say it's a domain account, and you are connecting to one server, so that account should have the permissions to connect to that server.
We install PSM inside domain because then we can use the PSM fully to establish the Windows domain connections.
Yep, same thing I think Vijay said.
Yes, we can also install it out of we can install PSM out of the domain also, but that won't be helpful because we won't be able to log into the domain via the domain accounts. We won't be able to log into the PSM server.
But why we are not able to log into domain? Because let's say your PSM is in work group. Okay, so connection will
Yes.
be established from work group to domain server. So if your account is having the permissions to log in and connectivity is also there, so will still it will not able to log in. Your vault is also in work group, but how it's interacting with the domain? Still that communication is there. Correct?
Yes, yes. Because of the RDS, the remote desktop services that is there inside the PSM.
Okay. So can't we install RDS in a work group? So as you are absolutely correct. The reason is establishing the multiple connection. So you remember we have a CAL license.
Yes.
So by default, you have two license. You will get the two license. So to install the CAL license, it should be part of domain only. You can establish the connection. Your connection will still work. You just need to allow the communication, and that account should have the permissions to connect to the server, and your communication should be there. But if you have multiple connection, if you need to establish multiple connection, you need a CAL license, and for that your server should be part of domain. Cool, you are absolutely correct. But only thing is, why we, as you said, like PSM, we won't be able to use fully. That's the reason. We can still use the PSM, but not for the multiple users. If you have a large implementation, you have more connections. So there, your that would be not be like beneficial solution. But if you are working in a small environment, let's say where you don't have much connection, there you can install out of domain also. It will work. Cool. Okay. There are 5 members in a team. Out of 5 members, 3 users are able to connect successfully using connect button, means using PSM. But it's failing for 2 members. What could be the reasons? What could be the reasons, guys?
Uh, Like two members are not able to connect, or two members are not able to see the connect button?
No, no, they are not able to connect. They can see the connect button.
Okay. Then they might have mm, they don't have the permissions to
Okay,
connect.
if let's say
And
they are using same accounts, so it's working for three members but not working for two.
Their access might removed.
If they are using the same account, how it will work for three, not for two, if it's related to access? Correct, guys? Then it shouldn't work for other three as well as.
yes, yes.
We have to check that what kind of desktop those two members are using and trying to connect.
Okay, does your desktop make difference?
I mean, like if it's production, then but they are using Dev might be so might
They
develop.
are using?
They are using lower environment, the Dev
No, no,
development.
no, no. They are connecting to same servers using the same account. And how other team members are connecting? They are connecting same way.
Maybe their passwords have been expired, or
Then how it will work for the other three? They are using the same account. Okay, so when you hit the connect button, in actual, those accounts are logged to target application. Correct. Not your ID is going to log into, means your human ID. So if it's working for three, the same account, but why it's not working for two? What could be the possible reasons?
Port issue will also not come because if three can log in, then
Yes.
port is not the factor.
Yep. Cool. Let's.
If they are new, they are not part of a particular group which that three users able to connect.
Okay. So one thing understand here, they are using the same account. So how you can, because these
They are
are
having
two users,
same access.
two members, if they are able to see that connect button, they are able to hit the connect button, then they have the similar permissions. So it's not about their permissions. Member, the human who will use their own ID to log into PVWA portal.
Okay.
Correct. It's the account. Let's say they are hitting one account, they are clicking on connect button, and that account is login to target application. Correct,
Right.
which means that account is having already it's having the
So
permission.
they okay. So might be on a safe level they don't have permission to establish connection.
If they are able to see the correct button, then what permissions can uh, not allow to connect to target
Okay. Okay.
application?
Okay. They are having same
If,
access.
the,
Okay.
if
Got it.
multiple PSMs are there in the environment, then might be that one of the PSMs like LB's routing, so might be there.
Yeah,
Like,
correct, correct. That could be one issue, guys. Correct, because just think of this scenario. If they are using same account, which means if it's working for three, so that account is having all the permissions. So port issue, access issue is already sorted. But when two users are connecting, your PSMs are in load balancer. Okay, so there two for two users, the connection is going from one PSM which is having some issue. So that's why they are not able to connect. They are facing some issue. So that could be the possible reason. Cool. So it's not about the access, it's not about the port related, not related to safe permissions. Cool. So it was due to multiple PSM and out of, let's say there were 5 PSM. So out of five, one or two PSMs are having some issue. They are stopped or they are not working. And for two users, two members, their connections are routing from those two PSM, which is having the issue. Cool. Okay. You have one PVWA only, and it's working fine for every users in company, but not working for one user. What could be the possible reasons? So what could be the possible reasons, guys? Is it's working
The,
fine for everyone?
the URL is loading, or is he not able to log into the PVWA?
Yeah, let's say he's not able to log into PVWA. What could be the
His
different?
ID,
Yeah, come again.
his ID might be disabled and he not part of the users group.
Yes, that could be one reason. And
His account might have got suspended due to more than giving incorrect passwords.
yes, that could be another reason.
Maybe user is using different password, like not the correct one.
Yeah, that's included in suspended one only. So if you are providing the wrong password 5 times, your account will be suspended or disabled. More reasons?
User is not part of the user group. For me, it's only reason I can answer.
Yeah, that I think
Yeah, yeah, Vijay
someone,
has covered.
yes, yes.
Mm.
So, so
Um,
yes, please
Maybe
go ahead.
user is not using the right authentication method.
Yes, that could be one reason. Can you think of more? Okay. This is some known issue you might have faced, those who are working in CyberArk. Sometime what happens when you are using the Chrome for longer period, due to your cache cookies, sometime it doesn't allow the login to PVWA portal. So in those situations, either you need to use a different browser like Edge, or you need to clear your cache or cookies. Let's say you have the access also, and your account is also not disabled, and you are selecting the correct authentication method, but still it's not allowing. Cool. So sometimes it's due to browser as well as your browser is creating the issue. So either you need to switch to a different browser or you need to clear your history or cookies from the browser. Then it will start working. I think if those who are already working in CyberArk, they might have faced this issue earlier. So that could be also one of the reasons. Cool. One user reported an issue that I am not able to see the account in CyberArk after login. So what could be the reasons?
Maybe user is not part of that safe.
Yes, correct. What permission should he have to see the account?
List.
List.
Yes, correct. So it's list account permission, guys, at a safe level. If you are not able to see anything, let's say when you log into CyberArk, you are not able to see one account, or you are not able to see some options like change button, you are not able to see verify, you are not able to see edit is not showing off, delete is not coming. So all these are coming from the safe permissions. What permissions you have on safe. So it will be coming from there. Yes, auditors reported an issue that we are able to see every recordings except from one safe. So what could be the reason, guys? Why they are not able to see recording from particular safe? You got the question, guys? Oh,
Maybe no one using that safe, or no one uh, tried connecting any account using that safe.
let's say there are accounts and they are using as well as.
The issue could be related to the user, I mean PVWA app user. I mean
What's
PSM gateway user, I guess.
okay? What's the functionality of PSM app user and gateway user?
So PSM app user is used to connect. Yeah, PSM app user is for recording the sessions, I guess,
Okay, recording the session.
or monitoring the session. I'm not sure.
Then, then what's the functionality of PSM Admin Connect?
Yeah, admin connect is used for the monitoring the session, and
Then what about PSM Gateway user?
it's for uploading the session.
Okay, then what's the functionality of PSM app user?
App user. I just forgot.
Okay, let's move to next question. I will explain once we are done with the all the questions. Okay, why root certificate is required for CyberArk and LDAP integration, or you can say domain or AD integration? Why we need it? Okay, you guys remember what are the prerequisites to integrate CyberArk and LDAP?
Yes, yes.
What are those?
For that we need uh, for LDAP S we need the root certification, and also the 636 port we need to be open for from firewall team, it should be opened. So, and user should be part of, and there should be four groups like admin, audit, and user, and one more was there.
Safe managers.
Safe manager, yeah. These are the four groups, and there is a bind user as well, and host entries. Bind user for uh, LDAP to bind user will be there for vault will from bind user will connect vault to the active directory, and host entry will convert the host entry will convert the host domain name into the IP address. So host entries will be used will be done by from our team, like CyberArk team will create the host entries.
Okay.
And
Then now answer why root certificate is required then.
yeah, so root certification is in required for LDAP S integration for
But
secure.
why?
What?
But why only root certificate is required? For securing, we can use SSL certificate also.
Yes.
But I have
because root certificate contains the information about the domain server or AD.
yes. So guys, when you generate a root certificate, so by default, all your root certificate will have the information about your domain controllers or AD, Active Directory. Whether you have 5 servers of AD, 6 server, 10 servers, so it will contain all the information about your domain controllers. That's why only your vault is able to trust and communicate to the AD server. So that's why only root certificates are required. Instead of SSL certificate, SSL is just to encrypt your communication. That's it. Cool. So root certificate contains the information about your domain server or Active Directory. Okay. Okay, what's the task of logic container user, guys? Why this is being used? Or what is the, do you remember what is logic container service? What is logic container service, guys?
I think it's related to master policy.
Yep,
Logic container is the function of the vault.
function of vault.
Sorry,
Well,
service. Sorry.
Maybe it's used to read and write operations.
read and write operation in
Uh,
where it will read and write operations. .NET framework.
Vault
In
in the
.NET.
database. Vault data.
Okay. Others want to add something to it? Okay, if no, let's move to next question. How we can load balance the CPM? Or first of all, you guys understand what is load balance? Load balancer.
We cannot load balance CPM. It would create split brain scenario.
But still your client is saying I want to load balance it. Then
Platform based we can do for, like, if we have 4 CPMs, then particularly for Unix these two will work, and for Windows, but that
okay,
would also
okay.
create the scenario of split brain.
Let's say, let me give one scenario. Let's say uh, you create a safe and during the creation of safe you assign one CPM, correct? You have the option to assign CPM.
Yes.
But let's say you assign CPM there and you have an add member. So you clicked on add member, you added your second CPM there. Password manager 2 or 3 you have added with the same permissions. Now you are trying to change the password. So what will happen?
It will
Now,
cause an error
why error?
because already one CPM was assigned, and again,
Yeah, that's just like other
no, no.
users are added, then that user is also added.
Yes. In add members, we are adding the password manager.
Yes,
The
password
same.
manager 2, 3, 4, whatever you can say. Means second CPM we are adding there. Okay, one more scenario. Let's say you have 2 CPM, okay, and you created one safe, you added the CPM there during the safe creation. Then you went to add member. You clicked on add member, you added the second CPM there, means password manager 2 or 3. and your both CPM, you have created one cluster. So let's say you have created one cluster, or you can say you are using two servers, you have joined together two servers, and both servers are using a single virtual IP. Means if you are clicking on virtual IP, for it will redirect to any of one CPM. So in this case, if you have added two CPM, so when you are trying to change the password, your PVWA is redirecting the traffic to CPM. So here during the CPM installation, we have used the virtual IP. Okay, so when you hit the change button, it's hitting your virtual IP, and virtual IP is redirecting your traffic to any one CPM, and that CPM is changing the password of that account. Will it work?
But we'll get password sync issue, no? Then next time when CPM will change the password, it will redirect to any one of the CPM,
Then next
and
time if only one CPM is going to change, no? Let's say today it change one CPM change the password of that account. Okay, next time 30 days, second CPM is changing the password, but in actual the password is getting changed. So from where your split brain scenario or password sync issues will come? Is it possible?
I'm confused a little bit.
Others? Okay, let me use some painting. Let's say you have your two CPM guys. Let's say these are your two CPM. Okay, two CPMs you have, and you have installed in a cluster. Means you can install where your server team can build a cluster, and inside that they can install the servers. Okay, these are the two servers, and on top of that you have one virtual IP, VIP you can say. VIP IP is again configured by your server team, and this is your vault. Okay, this is your PVWA. Okay, and you are the user here. Cool. So you are clicking on change button. So what happens when you click on change button, it will redirect the traffic to PVW, means it will create a flag for PVW, sorry, CPM. So here when you are hitting the virtual IP, so it can redirect the traffic to any of the one CPM. Let's say it's hitting this one or this, then CPM will go to vault. It will look for those configuration, and as per the policy, it will change the password. So next time when you are changing, then let's say it took the second CPM for changing the password, then where it will create a password sync issues, guys. Cool, let's jump to next. Meanwhile, you can think of, once we finish all the question, we will discuss all these questions again. Okay, you are able to install two PSMs successfully, guys, following the same process. But while installing the third PSM, you are getting issues. So what are the possible errors you can encounter with? Anyone, guys?
What is the error exactly?
Any error, let's say, any error. What are the possible errors? You are not able to install it. It's failing to install. At last, it's failing. After providing all the details, your password and everything, at last it gives an error.
maybe it's required extra uh, RDS license or CAD license.
During the installation, we don't need a CAL license. That is post-installation task. Correct?
Okay,
That's
So
during
the
might be that
we are getting
site
issue.
is not a part of the domain.
so, but you only said na we can install the PSM out of domain
Ah,
also.
ah, 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 ah,
Then
we can.
it will give an error.
Okay, that way. Port issue might.
Okay, let's say third PSM also has same configuration, just like the other PSMs. It has same connectivity, everything is same. Server configuration.
Might be related to the location where we are installing. So,
Location will give an error.
I mean, maybe like not able to browse or space is not enough, these kind of errors.
It has same configuration like other two PSMs, but they were able to install.
Means latest .NET or .NET framework, Windows Server 2016-19, all are same.
Yes, but why can't we install on 2012 as well as? You can install. Why CyberArk now not supporting in production? Reason is Microsoft has ended the support for 2012 servers. So Microsoft has ended. So that's why companies started switching to 2016 or 2019. So that's the reason CyberArk just newer version. It's not supporting the installation on 2012. That's the only reason. But if you will try to install your PSM or CyberArk in 2012 in lab, it will work. In production also you can still install. But reason is, let's say if you are getting some issue related to 2012 server, then you cannot go to Microsoft for their support. They are not going to support you because they have ended the support of 2012. Cool, but still you can install. Okay.
Vault should be running up and running.
In production your vault will be running, otherwise it will be a critical issue.
Yes, yes.
Cool. Next, okay, jumping to next question, guys. What is DPA in CyberArk? Though this is out of syllabus, but checking your knowledge. What is DPA? Cool. Okay, next question. How to change the password of an account in 10 days automatically? Let's say your client is saying, this is the account. I want to set up the password policy of 10 days. Means it should change the password in 10 days automatically. So what policy or how you will configure it?
We'll apply password management policy.
Yep, but how you will apply? Let's say there is one account and client is asking to password should be rotated in 10 days.
First, we will assign a test platform to that account and then create the password management policy.
Why test platform is required? Is it mandatory to have the test platform?
Otherwise, for whole of that platform only, with the number of accounts integrated with respect to that platform, for all of it will get assigned as 10 days. So it's better to create a separate platform for that one account only, which will, as per client requirement.
Yep, you can do that, but let's say they are asking for every account they have.
Then directly we can give that platform itself the this password management policy.
Okay, but what changes you will make?
In the master policy, there is one password management option. There we can go and we can change that X number of days to is by default 90, I guess. So we can put
Okay,
there as
so what change, what number you will change there?
sorry.
No, no, what number you will change? Let's say it's 90 days by default. So you will change to 10 there, or what you will put it there? As you are correct, but what you will put there? It's correct, like you will make the changes as you all said, like password management. But what number you will put there?
X minus 10, it's 90 minus 10, 80.
50.
Minus 10?
No, 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 it's 10 only, right?
Then what
Like,
minus 10 or something is coming
no,
from?
no, 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 sir. I was thinking something else.
Okay,
It
so
should be 10.
you will put 10 there. So are you sure you if you will put there 10 and your CPM will change the password in 10 days only? But let's take an example. Okay, you are making
We
yes please. So let's take an
so
example. One example. Let's say you have made a password policy of 10 days. Okay. So which means in 10 days your password of that account will be expired. Correct? And your CPM is changing the password on 10th day only. So how CPM will change the password if the password is already expired? How CPM will change?
Okay, 9, 9.
9 is also 9.
On a platform level, we should change the day at 16 to 10. An automatic change, periodic change should be, we should
16 to
select
16
to,
to
yes.
10. Do we have something password policy in platform level when you edit a platform?
yes, actually, we can do like there is an interval which I mean before 5 days, like on the 85th day it tell us that password need to change, so we can do the same with the 10 days, like on the 10th days itself the password needs to be changed. So I guess 85th, this thing that we can do.
So you will make it 85th.
Not 85th, like 88th day.
So what, okay, you will put the value 88,
80, 80.
80. So which means if you are making a password policy of 80 days, which means your CPM will change the password in 10 days.
No, on the on the 80th day, we'll get the notification like password need to be changed. CPM will get the notification that password needs to be changed. So after 10 days,
But let's say if you are putting 80th, then your password will expire 8 times in 80 days.
yes,
What's the point of putting the 80 days?
I'm not sure, but I think this rule will be followed. Not 80th, like the
I want the
interval.
exact
Yeah,
number.
yeah,
What
I got it.
policy you will put it there? What number you will put? If you are putting 10 days or 9 days as well as let's say you are putting 9 days. So will it change in 9 days?
No,
Why no?
because on ninth day it will come to know that CPM will come to know that password needs to be changed. So that I'm not sure.
Okay. Did you find this question very tough, guys? Is it tough?
Yeah.
No,
No,
but
but
tricky.
by
No,
default it will be there, right? So we can use the we can do the amendment in the master policies if we need it.
Yes, correct. The changes will be done in master policies. Absolutely correct. But what changes you will do there? I want that number.
10, that the value we need to be set as a 10, right? That changes
Okay.
the value.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
1 to 10. Yeah,
you are if you are setting 10 days, and which means your password is expiring in 10 days. Correct?
correct.
And if your password is already expired on 10 days, how CPM will rotate it? Because CPM is using the same username and password to log into target server and change. And you don't have a reconcile account
Okay.
as well as.
Okay, that automatically the password will not be reset it, right? So
Yeah, means CPM needs to change. No? CPM will be changing the
correct.
password automatically. Then it needs to log into target server. Then only it will change. But if password is already expiring in 10 days, then how it is going to log in and change?
If it is there
Before that,
notification,
it
then we
should
need to be
verify.
set the password automatically.
Yeah, you will
So
receive a
yeah, I know that
notification.
it won't be the automatically reset the password, but if the
Yeah.
options to be enabled, then it will be the work, right?
Yeah, you will receive a notification if your password is changing automatically. If you have set up the SMTP, by default you will receive. Your password is going to change by CPM on that particular day. But point here is what numbers you will set there.
Okay.
Okay, let's jump to next question, guys. We'll explain after we complete all the question. Okay, what's there inside the system safe in Vault? I need this answer because I think we discussed thoroughly. When you install the Vault, you see different safe.
All the main configuration files.
Okay, what are those files?
dbpump.ini, tspam.ini, castpump.ini,
dbpum,
dspump.ini,
passpum,
license.xml,
and
and
Power agent.
uh,
power agent. What power agent? What is power agent, guys?
To connect with the our I mean remote desktop, we need.
Remote desktop means Windows RDP.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
So if we can use Windows RDP, then why we need pair agent? You can directly use remote desktop services. Correct? Cool. Anyone, guys? Any answer do you have? Okay. Let's move to next, or anyone want to answer?
It's it's for remote control agent, not remote desktop.
Okay. What is remote control agent? Guys, such questions should be coming in your interview because when you are giving an answer, so the interviewer who is taking your interview, he might have lots of experience. So he will make another question out of your answer only. And I think you might have seen also where you might have given some couple of interviews as well as. Cool.
Hello?
Yes, please.
Hello?
Yes, please, we can hear you. We can hear you, but lots of background noise. Yes, Shri Devi. Okay. Okay. Simple question, guys. What makes CyberArk so secure?
It's hardened wall system. Sorry, wall system.
Okay. So can't we have another server hardened? Let's say you have your laptop, you can harden your laptop as well as. So only hardening is the making it secure. Every tool, if you will see like Beyond Trust, Delinea, they have this hardening features.
It has 2FA.
So don't
That
you think
will be,
other PAM tool don't have a 2FA?
they
2FA
have,
is
that
two
might
fact.
be the reason to be secure.
Yep. I'm asking in comparison of other PAM tools, two-factor authentication.
CyberArk has Vault, and Vault is the main component, and it contains like the security layers, encryption layer, firewall, role-based access control, session recordings. So that makes it more secure and stronger than other PAM tools.
Delinea also has same. Delinea also has their vault. They have encryption, lots of things. HashiCorp also has same HashiCorp vault. They also use a term which we call it as a vault only. In Beyond Trust also you have password safe.
We can do live session monitoring here and track the user activities.
Other tool also support the same. Delinea, HashiCorp, Beyond Trust. Your comparison is right, but if let's say interview is asking, if you can compare with the, if let's say if they are asking in a generic way, general way, then it's totally correct. Hardening is, as you said, then live session monitoring, and you said two-factor, etc. It's all correct. But if let's say if you're comparing with the another PAM tool, because other PAM tool are also supporting the same thing. They are providing, because these are basic features every PAM tool will be having.
It's kind of the depends on the organizations, like what the budget that we need to be allocated.
So does it include the security? Its
Uh,
budget will come when you want to means
Purchase.
purchase a license, correct? When you
Okay.
want to
Okay.
purchase a Beyond Trust or any, then you can discuss the budget part and all.
Yeah, it's secure means it will come for all the tools, right? Other
Yes,
comparison in the Beyond Trust,
yeah,
Delinea, and
correct, correct.
Hash
Means
and Strong. Yeah.
yeah, security wise, like what features, which only CyberArk is having, they are not having that features or
Okay.
something. And your live session, your password management, your vault, etc. All these are basic
Yeah.
features, guys. You will find on every PAM tool. They will be having it. Whether you take Beyond Trust, Delinea, or any other PAM tools. HashiCorp Vault as well as.
Okay.
Okay, let's jump to next question. Let's say when you install CyberArk Vault on Linux instead of Windows, why hardening is not mandatory there, guys? Cool. That's the question.
So on Windows, when we do hardening, it stops the Windows installer service and Windows update service, and also I think on Linux these won't be used. I mean, it won't happen in Linux, like, and the
Why it
ports.
won't happen in Linux? Any specific reason? Okay, let's jump to next question, guys. Okay. Is it good to install PSM, CPM, or PVWA in C drive? Let's say when you are installing PVWA CPM, you get a path like you can install in D drive, E drive, but you are installing in C drive. So is it good to install in C drive? This is very basic. You remember like when you install the CPM or PSM, you get a option like a destination where you are installing. By default, you are installing in C drive. So is it good to install in C drive? If yes, what's the reason? If no, what's the reasons? What are the reasons?
It's better to install other than C drive because C drive already contains the program files
But let's say your
available.
C drive is having good space, then then we have let's say 200 or 100 GB free in C drive.
Uh, but basically, what we have learned since childhood not to fill up this space of C drive to such an extent. That's better
Yeah,
to keep it.
let's say it's have 500 GB free. So
Okay.
if you will install the component, then I don't think so it is going to consume 500 GB.
If the operating system is corrupted, then the files in C drive.
Absolutely, guys.
Right.
Correct.
Yes.
That's the reason we never install in C drive. Let's say your server got crashed. So you might lose all your installation which you kept in C drive. Correct. That's the reason we never install in C drive. But in some organization, you will find they are installing in C drive. But there is always a chance if your server is getting corrupted or your data is getting corrupted or server is going like crash or something. So your C drive is going there, like it might corrupt that data as well as, so which will impact your PSM or CPM and other component. Cool. Okay. Which mandatory services or what are the mandatory services running on DR Vault? What are those services? And guys,
Disaster recovery service.
yes, one is DR service, and once we finish this discussion, guys, the team will upload this recording on YouTube, and they will be sharing the link as well as to you, so you can go through as well as like I think some of you missed the starting session, so you can go through online as well as.
This won't be shared in the drive.
You can check on YouTube. Not in Drive. And guys, have you? Okay, let's finish this first, then we will discuss. Okay. And guys, this is very basic question. I can think like other questions are like something complicated, but this is very basic. Okay. When a user log into PVWA, he is able to see a safe. Okay, let's say one safe you have created, but not in private app client. What could be the reasons?
But not in private app client means he is not able to see that under his safe membership, safe ownership.
Yep. Is it possible?
But in PVW, he is able to see that.
Yep. Is it possible?
No, that is not possible. But that might be possible in such a way if suppose two safes of the same name exist, but the group behind those safes,
Two
then
safe
that
can
group.
exist with the same name? Can
No,
you
no.
create two safe with the same name? It will not allow. It will say like this safe
Yeah, it
is
will not
already
allow, right?
defined. Yep.
Correct.
Then
So
is it possible like a user is under his profile, he cannot see in private R client, but he is able to see in PVW.
yes, yes.
So it's possible.
What he can do is like in private client he can see, but in PVW he cannot see. But that's not possible.
Okay, which means he. Okay, let's. So you are saying it's this scenario with which I am just sharing. It's possible. Second, you are saying if safe is created in private R client, but it's not reflecting in PVWA. Correct? That you mean to say that scenario is possible?
No, no. I mean, I am asking that whether in private client he is unable to see this, he is able to see the safe under his ownership, but in PVW he is not able to see. Right? That is the question.
No, no, vice versa. It's opposite.
Sorry.
He is able to see in PVWA, but not in private R client. And you said like if he's checking under his profile. So I'm asking, is that scenario possible?
If he is checking under his profile and if he checks sees that he has the ownership of that safe, then he should be able to see that in PVW.
PVW is
But
already able to see, not in
uh,
private R client.
yes, yes, but in PVW if he's already able to see, but
Private R
in the safe
client.
ownership he's not able to see,
Then I'm asking, is that scenario possible?
then he might be given the access locally on that safe in the PVW.
So does it make a difference? You are only saying he's under his profile.
Yeah, I mean to
So
say
which
like
means,
if he's given the access by the method of add member and then he's added there.
yeah, so does it make a difference?
Yeah, no, no, it doesn't make a difference. Right, right. Then he
Then,
should be there also. Right, correct. So then I think this is not possible.
okay, others, is it possible? No answer?
If user is able to see the safe in PVWA, then most probably he will be able to see in private arc also. So
Okay, and let's say if user is able to see in private R client but not in PVWA, then is that scenario
Then the
possible?
safe is not added in the PVWA. Then the safe is not added in the PVWA.
So how you can add that safe in PVWA?
By logging into PVWA with administrators and then add safe.
Add safe. So same thing you are doing in the. So in private arc line also, guys, you are adding a safe. Okay. So what is private arc line and PVW? At the end, you are able to accessing vault only. Correct? In actual, it's
Correct.
getting created in vault only. Cool.
Okay, so in private, if suppose this is the case, then we will add it simply in the private client. That's it.
Yeah, let's say we are adding in private arc line. That's it. So I'm asking if you are able to see the safe in private arc line, but not in PVWA. So is that scenario possible?
In private client, we are able to see, but not in PVW, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, then this scenario is possible. Might be the safe is not added in the PVW. That is why user is not able to see.
Okay, one thing. If you are adding a safe in PVWA, where that actually safe is going? It's going in vault only.
Correct.
But when you are adding from private arc line, where that safe is going? It's going in vault only. So
Yes.
does it make a difference? You need to add a safe in PVW as well as.
I mean to say, like basically, we need to create the safe physically such that the user can see the safe practically in PVW, right? When he logs into the portal. That
But
is what I'm saying.
why
He
I
might have.
can't, why we can't create in private arc client?
Sorry.
Why we can't create in private arc client?
Then that would be creating locally.
Locally means.
Locally means in private client. I mean to say like user is not raising the request for that safe.
So if let's say you are creating in private arc client, actually where that safe is getting created? In vault only,
Right, vault. Huh?
and where local is coming. And if you are creating in PVW also, then that safe is also creating in vault only.
Hmm.
Then what's the gap?
Okay.
So why I am asking, is that scenario possible? Like if you are able to see in private arc client but not in PVWA. That's
Yes,
how,
possible.
huh?
I think it's possible by what I told. I think like that way.
Okay, means you are saying like this is possible. First we are creating a safe in private arc client and then we need to log into PVW also to create that safe again.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Because we are creating the safe directly. We don't create the safe in private client, right? There is another portal where we create, and that gets edit from that via ID. It gets then it comes to private. It takes some time to come.
Okay. Try that test and let's see. Cool. Moving to our next question. Okay, I think this would be the last. Yes. Have you done any troubleshooting, guys? So explain one or major troubleshooting you have done and what was the error and how you did a troubleshooting. So such question will be also coming in interview. So one by one, you can explain, guys. Let's start from Ankita.
In real time, I mean, I haven't done any like,
Don't
but
say in
for
interview
yeah,
in
but
real
for the
time.
yeah, but for the interview, like, I have done troubleshooting few days back when I came to. I was not able to understand when client said that there is a need of uh, we can implement more than 2 or 3 policies on a say on a account. So when he said that we need to implement more than 2 policies, then I came to know that okay, on dual control policy there we can implement from that we can implement more than 2 or 3 policies. So that is the one.
From dual control, you can enable 2 policies.
More than that, on safe level, if a user has to log in, so that they can ask then the request will go to the seniors, and if they will permit the request, then he will able to log in.
So is it about the multiple policies or multiple approver?
Multiple approvals.
Okay, so you mean to say you were not aware about the multiple approvers. We can
Yes.
have multiple approvers. So that doesn't related to multiple policies. That's a separate thing. Okay, other any more error? So guys, you can tell about your CPM related error, your PSM related error, PVWA error. Users are not able to log in. Were facing the error. So you did a troubleshooting. CPM was not able to change the password. PSM was not establishing the connection to target application due to access. That account was not having the access. CPM was failing to change the password due to ports issue. The firewall was blocking the communication. CPM was not having the full permission at a safe level. That's why it was not able to change. CPM service was down. Correct. PSM service was down. Due to that, it was not able to connect. So remember one thing. When you are planning for the interview, at least remember 1 or 2 errors as well as, because it could be asked in the interview. And practice that error in your lab if you're having. Reason is, if let's say you are telling about one error, they can ask question out of it. You would have tried this, why you didn't try this, what was the error, which logs you referred, etc. Cool. Okay, let's move to first question.
Neil, can we have more troubleshooting questions? Like,
Yeah, it's more about the troubleshooting kind of only. This is also because users are reporting the issue. Cool. If one PVW is working, that is also related to your PVW troubleshooting only. So that's why I kept many scenario-based question, guys, not the straight question, so that you can understand. Okay, let's say your Reconcile account is not working, ways to fix it. So like you gave the correct answer. So answer is if let's say you have only one Reconcile account, you can have multiple Reconcile account. And generally in organization, we will have 2 Reconcile account. If let's say both are not working, in that situation, we will reach out to respective team. Like if it's a domain account, a domain reconcile account, we will reach out to AD team or domain team, and we will ask them, can you please fix this account? If the password is expired or the account is disabled or unlocked, you can ask them and they can fix it. If it's related to password, you can get the new password and you can store it in CyberArk. And then you can verify or change again. If it's a local, then you can reach out to local team, Unix team or whatever local reconcile account it is. Then they can change the password or unlock the account, and then you can again try from CyberArk. Cool. Why to install PSM in domain? Can we install? This was also correct, guys. Like you gave the correct answer. Still, we can install out of domain also, but due to the connection, still, it will support the domain connection, but there is a limitation. You cannot have more than 2 connections because you need the CAL license, and CAL license are require a domain. So that's why we install PSM always in domain only. But If you are having a small environment, like it's not a large environment, there you can install PSM in out of domain also. It is supported, but you can use limited PSM only. You won't be able to use PSM fully. Cool. There are 5 members in a team. Out of 5 members, 3 users are able to connect successfully. So this was also the correct, guys. Like you gave the correct answer. The issue was related to PSM. If let's say you are having multiple PSM, and for some users the connection is going from the another PSM. For 2 users, the connection is going from another PSMs, and those PSMs are having issues. So that's why 2 users might face some issue. They might face some issue like they are not able to connect, or they are having some connectivity error. So that is possible.
Nir, in that case, how we can fix it?
So you can check first of all from which PSM the connections are going on. If you will check on the activities or logs, you will find like your connection went from this PSM. It will have the PSM ID, PSM app user ID. Then you can log into that server and you can see what's the issue, if the services is stopped or it's not responding, what's the issue with the PSM. But first you need to identify what are those PSMs by checking their ID.
Okay.
Cool. You have one PVWA only and it's working fine for every user in company, but not working for a user. What could be the reasons? First of all, like he's not having the permissions to log in. He's trying a wrong authentication method or trying with an incorrect username or password. Another issue could be related to browser, because if you are using CyberArk for a longer period and you are not clearing your history like cache and cookies, so that time your PVWA might not load, or it will give an error. So that is related to browser also. You can try in a different browser or in incognito on private window. One user reported an issue that I am not able to see the account in CyberArk after login. Possible reason, yes, he's not having the permission on the safe level, because how you are able to see the data, what your change option, your reconcile, verify, from where these options are coming. It's coming from the safe permissions only. When you create a safe, you grant different permissions: add account, password change, verify, or means unlock, delete account, manage safe, etc. So from there only these permissions means you will be able to see on an account. If you are not having the list account permission, you won't able to see the account in CyberArk when you log into CyberArk. Auditors reported an issue that we are able to see every recording except from one safe. What could be the reasons? Okay, one thing, tell me one thing, guys. How auditor is able to see other safe recording? How is able to see?
Because auditors is already a part of the safe group by default, like predefined.
Yeah, correct. And let's say if it's deleted from that one safe, then correct. That's why he's not able to see.
Okay, so someone removed.
Yeah, let's say someone have deleted that group from the safe. That auditor group is not available on the safe. Then how your auditor will able to see those recordings? Because auditor doesn't have the access on the safe.
Okay, this was it.
Correct? Is it possible or not, guys?
Yes, yes.
Correct. Simple thing. If your auditor is able to see some safe, because it is having the access on that safe. You remember there are default users and groups gets added to a safe with default permissions.
Yes, yes, yes.
So auditor is also one of them.
Okay, actually I thought that we cannot remove them because they're predefined.
You can, except master, you can. Why root certificate is required for CyberArk AD integration? Because your root certificate contains the information about your domain controllers. How many domains are there? What's their common name? All information is there in the root certificate by default. So that's why root certificate is required for LLAP integration to have the connectivity between CyberArk Vault and domain. What's the task of logic container user, guys? So first of all, your logic container service is which is contains your master policy, correct? And this user, if you will check on your local users and group on Vault server, and you log into Vault server, you will go to local users and groups. You will see this user gets created by default during your Vault installation. And this user is responsible for running your logic container service. If you delete this account, delete this user, your logic container service will be down. That will not be running. So this user is responsible for running your CyberArk logic container service. How we can load balance the CPM, guys? Like as you said, we cannot load balance. That is correct. And if you want to still load balance, you can assign one CPM to Unix server, one CPM to Windows as well as. Means manually you can do it. But I gave one scenario like where we can have this cluster or something. But let's take another scenario. Let's say we made this architecture successful, and your CPM is now changing the password, but it failed. Let's say for the first time, it failed to change the password. As you know, CPM will again try after some time, but when your CPM is changing the password, it will create a flag there in Vault. So let's say your second CPM is seeing that flag now because all your CPMs are just checking the Vault only for their task. And let's say your second CPM went and it saw like there is a flag, I should change the password. So it changed the password. Okay, let's say second CPM was able to change the password successfully. But how first CPM will come to know, because they are not interacting to each other. So how first CPM will come to know the password has been changed? Again, it will try to change the password, and let's say again it got failed. Then it will keep creating the account in out of sync. That's one reason. Second is when you are creating a safe, okay, you assign a CPM there only. You assign a CPM there itself. So, and after that you are adding the member, like second CPM you are adding as a member. So always remember your first CPM which you have assigned during the safe creation, that will be always have the override that second CPM. That CPM will be only able will be always used, not the second CPM. Cool. So load
Can you
balancing
just
of,
repeat the last part once?
so when you create a safe, so you assign a CPM during safe creation only. After creating the safe, if you are adding the second CPM as a member, add member, so that is not going to work because your first CPM which you have assigned at a safe level will always override on the second CPM. So your first CPM is always going to use, not the second one. Cool. You are able to install two PSM successfully, but while installing third PSM, getting a guys, simple reason, you don't have a license to install third CPM. If you have say similar configuration on the third PSM, just like the two, it has same space, same connectivity, everything is same. then what possible reason is left? License. You don't have a license to install the third PSM. Cool. What is DPA? So DPA is a new, you can say, tool or feature in CyberArk, which is in a new tool of CyberArk, which is CyberArk Identity. So CyberArk Identity is a CyberArk another tool, you can say, another component, which is used for managing your IT governance, or you can say managing your users, groups. You can use CyberArk Identity as an Active Directory as well as it has its own directory. And DPA is a feature in it. So DPA is dynamic privilege access. So what dynamic privilege access it does create, and it's a SaaS based, guys. You don't need to install it, but connector you need to install. There is a DPA connector which you can install. So DPA is a dynamic privilege access which is used to provide you just-in-time functionality. So what is just-in-time functionality? Let's say I am the user, Nising is the user. I want the access to AWS account, AWS server. Okay, there is a AWS console or server, you can say. And that access should be there only for 10 minutes. After that, my access should be automatically removed. So that is done by DPA, guys. So let's say you, as of now, you were onboarding the account and those account will be having access for longer period. Their access was granted. No one was removing. But using DPA, you can define a time like after 10 minutes or 1 hour or 2 hours, 6 days, 5 days, whenever you, whatever policy you have defined. After 5 hours or 10 hours, your admin access will be revoked automatically as per the policy. So which means you will have the admin access for a certain period of time. After that, it will be removed from removed by DPA. So that is DPA, guys. Dynamic privilege access, which is used to remove your admin access, and it can grant the admin access for 10 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever you are defining, and it's a SaaS based separate component. Cool. Okay, this was the question, guys. How to change the password of an account in 10 days. You remember one functionality. By default, there is a 90 days password policy. And someone was saying it will change on 80th day or 85th day. The logic was correct, but in this scenario, that was not correct. So when you are having a password policy of 90 days, your CPM will change the password on 85th day, 5 days before the expiration. And which is because of there is a heads interval policy, guys. Heads interval, if you will see in platform, there is a heads interval, and by default it is 5 days. So either you need to change this or you need to define more, means if you want to change the password in 10 days, you need to define the password policy of 15 days. So which means your CPM will change the password on 10th day, or you can define this 14 days. So CPM will change the password before 5 days of expiration. So which means it will change the password on 9th day. Or if you want do not want to use this, so make this heads interval to 0. So which means if you are putting the password policy of 10 day, CPM will change the password on 10th day only. But we never do it because reason is on 10th day your password is getting expired. So you can make it 9th day, 9th or 8 days, whatever you want. But for that you need to make this heads interval to 0. Or if you are not making this head interval to 0, which is 5 by default, if you will edit a platform, in that case you need to make this password policy of 14 days. So you need to, in master policy, what you need to enter? 14 days. So then CPM will change the password on 5 days before the expiration. Got the answer, guys?
Yes. I was confused there only. I was x minus x plus 5 it was.
Okay. What's there inside the system safe in Vault, guys? You are correct. Like we have dbpalm.ini, we have this ITA log, passpalm.ini, tspalm.ini, license file, and padagent.log. So those logs are related to your remote control agent, guys. Remote control agent is something using that you can take a remote of another machine, just like your AnyDesk. If you have used AnyDesk, you can take a control of your friend laptop as well as. Similar is the case with the remote control agent. But in remote control agent, you will get very less features. You can start and stop the services of Vault, and you can check the CPU utilization and memory utilization of the Vault. That's it. Apart from that, you can't do anything.
Need in the previous question for CPM password change. I'm confused here. Like on the in the heads interval, if we make we need to change the password on 10th day, then why are we making this for 14th day? Uh,
So because reason is, if you buy as per this policy hash interval, your CPM will change the password. Let's say you have defined 10 days. Okay, let's suppose in master policy you have defined the 10 days. But as per
yes.
the hash interval, CPM will change the password on 5th day only.
Yeah.
5 days before the expiration. So on this date, your password will be expired. So that's why it should be changed before expiration. So default is 5 days. So whatever policy you will specify in master policy, your CPM will change 5 days before it. So that's why we will provide 14 days. So it will change on 9th day.
Okay. Okay.
Means 5 days before it will change.
Okay. Got it.
Cool. That's why. And this is default guide. And you can change also. Totally up to you. Generally, we do not make the changes, but if you want, you can do it. Cool. What makes CyberArk so secure? So you were correct, guys. But when we compare to another PAM tool, one of the main reason, guys, CyberArk supports lots of integration. You can integrate CyberArk with every tool, whether it's a Splunk, your AD, Azure AD, you have like XIM tool, different tools. But if we compare the another PAM tools, they do not support that much integration. If you will see, CyberArk supports more than 500 application, means integration with 500, more than 500 application. But if you compare the other PAM tools, they do not support that. They have very less, 15, 20, 30. So that's why CyberArk is so secure as compared to other PAM tools. Because if you are using those application, and it's also customizable. Let's say if CyberArk is not supporting the integration with certain application, you can customize it. It does support the customization as well as. And you can check on CyberArk marketplace as well as. There you will find lots of customization already there, which is the CyberArk Play Store, or you can say marketplace. So this was correct, like it has vault security, encryption, two-factor, but in compare of other PAM tool, it does have lots of integration supported, which is not supported by other PAM tools. That's the main difference. Okay. And guys, I was shocked. You were not able to answer this question. Can we install the Vault on Linux machine? Does it support?
No.
No. No.
Then from where it is coming? Guys, Vault is only meant for Windows only. It doesn't support. You can't install on Linux. So guys, such question you will receive, tricky ones. Cool. So that's why please practice more. Is it good to install PSM and CPM on PVWA C drive? Yes. It's not good, guys, because if your server get crashed or your C drive is having some issue, you might lose your data. So that's why we make sure we never install PSM CPM on C drive. But in some organization you will find, so it totally the risk of your client only. What are mandatory services, guys? So DR service is one which will be running logic container and private arc database. So these are the mandatory service which should be running on the DR vault. Otherwise your DR will go down. CyberArk Vault disaster recovery service, logic container and private arc database. These are mandatory service which needs to run on DR. Otherwise your DR will be down. So remember this. This could be asked in certification as well as. DR service, logic container, private arc database. Okay, when user log into PVWA, he is able to see a safe, but not in private arc client. So guys, this scenario is not possible. Reason is, if you are able to see with the same account, means let's say you log into CyberArk using your account, means user, let's say Neersing. If I am able to see some save, so that save will be visible in private arc client as well as using my same name. But if you try, let's say if you log into PVWA using a different user and you log into private arc client using the administrator, then it's possible you cannot see that save because administrator might not have the permission to see that save. But if you are using the same user, then this scenario is not possible. But another scenario which we mentioned, you are able to see the safe in private arc client but not in PVWA. That is possible. Reason is, when you create a safe in private arc client, that safe is not shared with the PVWA gateway accounts. There is a PVWA gateway user or account, you can say. Where it went, yeah. So there is a PVWA gateway. So your safe should be shared with this group only, or you can say user. Then only you can see in PVWA. But when you create a safe in private arc client, it is not shared with this group automatically. So you need to do it manually. If you are not doing it manually, then that safe will not reflect in PVWA. But when you create a safe in PVWA, by default, this group gets added. So it will reflect in both private arc client and PVWA as well as. But when you are creating a safe in private arc client, it's not this group is not added to that safe by default. So you need to add it manually. Then only this safe will reflect in PVWA. Cool. I hope this is clear. Have you done any troubleshooting, guys? So try to explain one or two errors. You can explain the error related to CPM. You can take any one error. Let's say CPM was not able to change the password of an account and we did the troubleshooting. We checked the logs, but we didn't check the port related because earlier it was working fine, but after some day it didn't work. So we thought like it couldn't be the port issue. But in our organization, there is a policy after 1 year, the ports gets disabled automatically. So we need to reach out to firewall team and we need to ask them, please enable this again. So that was the issue and we did a lots of troubleshooting, but we were not able to fix that error. So you can tell about one CPM, one PSM related. We were using the account and we were connecting to target application. So few days back it was able to connect, but after some time, means it was able to connect, but it was not having the permissions. So that could be related to permission issue, or your PSM service was stopped, your CPM service was stopped, it was not running. So at least remember one or two errors you need to tell because sometimes it is being asked in the interview. So you need to explain. Cool. Okay, let's